Hi, April.
Hi, Chitra. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
You sound horrible.
Probably because my mouth is numb. Like half of my face is numb.
Oh no, what's going on?
Oh, I just had a filling today. Two fillings.
Uh,
Makes me want to floss more or floss in general because I don't do it.
I walked away. Hold on. I had a feeling I had to have a root canal once, and apparently they called it a hot tooth, and the tooth would numb. So
Oh,
I had a root canal without any numbing.
oh my gosh, that sounds awful.
It was awful. It was 100% completely awful. They didn't realize that it didn't numb because like my face was numb. And so he's like, "Can you feel this?" And I'm like, "No." And then when he kind of opened it and started getting to it, I was like, "Whoa, whoa." They
So
end up having to bring in like 3 or 4 dental hygienists. Like there was two that was kind of there was one that was kind of holding me down, one that was like holding my hand. There was one that was like handing him the instruments, and they put the X-ray blanket on me, kind of um, like as a weighted blanket, like to kind of comfort. And I was like, and then afterwards, after we were done, he sat there and he was like, "I'm so sorry. I wish I would have known this. Are you okay? Are you feeling okay?" And I'm like, "It is what it is. Why are you talking to me?" But he sat there for probably about 20 minutes and kind of like held my hand and was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Stop talking about it. Like, there's nothing we can do.
right.
There's nothing like we can't change what has happened." Like, but I guess he didn't want
You to sue?
A, you to sue, and B, for you to just have like this phobia or this, I mean, it was awful. It was awful.
Oh, you poor thing.
It was awful. I didn't even know that there was a such thing called a hot tooth where it doesn't numb. Who knew?
Yeah, that sounds awful.
It is 100% awful. How are you?
Outside of the numb thing, I'm fine. Um, and yes, looking forward to seeing you on Sunday when I drop off the swag. Um, yeah, I've assembled the bags already, but I ordered a couple more things to add to them, so
Okay.
they'll come right on time. Well, I don't want to take up too much time, mostly because it's uncomfortable to talk, but
You want to push this back another day?
oh no, this is just a touch base. More or less, this is an opportunity for you to provide feedback for the information that you received from the training program, and for me to answer any questions that might be on your mind now that we've done the trip kickoff, and for me to give you a little bit more information about upcoming stuff.
On the training program,
Be brutal, because I need to give this feedback to Mia so she can make it better. And I feel like there's already a couple errors in there.
well, there was one that I swear I could not get right, and I'm like, there's absolutely nothing else it could be. I think it was maybe quiz 3,
Okay.
and but it kept like I'm like, there's nothing else this answer could be. What are you talking about? Um, I thought
All
I
right,
wrote
I'll
it
flag
down.
that and I'll
Yeah,
go
I
through
thought
it.
I wrote it down, but basically it was asking like, God, I don't even remember it. Basically, it was asking like, how, what would you do if X, Y, and Z happened, or what? I don't even don't quote me on that. But there was one question that I got wrong, and I took the stupid quiz like 5 times. Um, but I don't know why, because I kept selecting the same answer. Um, in the training module, what I think would be helpful, or I think what I would like to see is, I understand you kind of giving an example of the type of answer you're trying to see, but there's not, but I think sometimes kind of seeing that beforehand is hard to say, oh, let me, if it's like, oh, can you describe the weather, right? And then if you say, okay, I'm looking for today, it is sunny, and with, like, I think having that much information up front actually takes away your ability to think outside of the box.
Okay, so giving too much information?
Yeah, like you can, because I think you were like, I say maybe one of them was something like, if there is I think the perfect type of question was like, okay, if you find a situation where you have a group of people that have kind of went off and they're always whispering and blah, 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 and you've noticed that somebody else has kind of separated themselves, like how do you address that situation? How do you comfort that person and make sure they're okay, but also tell the group to, don't forget to include others? You didn't give an example. What you said was, I want specifics on how you address both parties in the group, right? Whereas the other one, you may have said something, and again, this has been a while, so I don't even remember the exact question.
No, that's really on point. You got it.
But there was maybe one where it's like, okay, how do you describe X? Or I think that's what it is. It was like, maybe it's been a while, so don't quote me on this, but maybe I think there was a question that said something like, if you're running behind, if the van is 3 hours late, do you tell people, do you let them go off? But then you provided an answer, and then you're like, okay, so tell me what your answer is. And it's like, I saw your answer now. Now I've got to try to think, because you don't want to sound like you were just regurgitating what you've already said, but there's not like a lot of wiggle room in those questions.
Okay.
And and I know it's not that one specifically, but there were a couple of them where I'm just like, God, don't, because now I sound like I'm just copying and pasting.
No, I know that you're very authentic and intentional. So I know that all of your answers were from the heart.
That's not the point, but I mean, yes, thank you. But I'm just saying, like, that can be a potential hangup for somebody. You know me, but I'm sure you're going to know other people as you bring those in. So, yeah.
No, that's very helpful. Thank you.
What else? I did tell you I put all of the documents together and kind of read through those. But as far as those, first of all, let me commend you and Stephanie. Those are awesome. They are really thorough. You pretty much touch base on a lot of things, and I appreciate that. You can tell the hard work is there. You can tell that you put a lot of time and energy into it behind the scenes.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
But
Okay. Sorry, this is so weird watching my face be weird.
well, I can see you because I have the windows wide open, and so I'm like, I have a glare from the back and a glare from the front.
Yeah, you're a little glared yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. That's helpful. How did you feel about the trip kickoff session, and how do you feel about like the group chat and the members so far?
I think the group kickoff session went fine. I'm a talker, so I intentionally try to put pregnant pauses in because I know I can, that's because I know I can talk. But as anticipated, it was kind of quiet and kind of low key, right? And I think even on the other kickoff calls, you have the quietness is there. As far as the group chat, you still have the same level of quietness. I think Jakira actually just put something in there, and she may be saying that she has access to. I did kind of stalk some of their Instagram pages a little bit because I wanted to see. But it was interesting to hear you say that Jakira, T, and Samantha are all coming together, because I kept wondering. She basically told me that in her email to me on this weekend that they were, she didn't say that they were friends, but she said enough for me to say that they were friends. But I think it's actually going to be a good group with those three kind of already knowing each other. And then you have Coach K and T, and they're both athletic and do coaching and that kind of thing. So I think there's going to be a natural bond there as well. So I think I think it's going to be, I can kind of see where I would be shocked if the lines I see connecting people varies, because I can kind of see who would talk to each other and who wouldn't. Well, not who wouldn't, but who would um, be, who is going to magnetize themselves to each other faster than some of the others.
Okay.
But
Awesome.
I've talked to, yeah, the only person I've talked to is Shakira. I've talked to her a couple of times already. So
Okay. And it's okay that people aren't super chatty. I know you
I'm
are a
not.
talker,
I'm,
but some people, it just takes time for them to like get there.
well,
Like,
and that's why I haven't pushed the issue. Like I'm slowly, because I don't want to overwhelm anybody, right, in this chat, because I know I can be bad about not paying attention to my phone, and we still have time. It'll happen naturally. That communication will pick up naturally.
yes, true.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
not stressing over it.
Awesome. Did I share the who's on the trip document with you?
You
It's
sent me the room assignment, and
okay.
it had everybody's name and kind of their IG and their date of birth. I mean, not their birth, but their birthdays, the two that are coming up, and like emergency contact.
Okay. I didn't. There's a
And
document that Steph creates called Who's on the Trip. I should have sent it to you, but I'm glad you did your due diligence anyway and looked at their Instagram so could see kind of who they were.
yeah,
I'm going to include that in the wrap-up email that I send after this conversation, just so you have like pictures of everybody.
okay.
So moving forward, I do not get the tour. I'm working with one tour company, to
Okay.
like do all the things, but they don't have the guides contact information available for me until
Okay.
like maybe the week of the trip.
Okay.
I'll share that with you as soon as I have it. Sorry, this is typical of most of the trips that I've done. They don't give me that information until I'm just like, don't you have the same people all over? But I guess people change their schedules. I don't know. But I'll provide that to you in an email, and I might create like a WhatsApp group chat so we can all communicate. Like if you need me to communicate
Sure.
with them, but if you want to take the lead, I'm pretty sure they'll all be on WhatsApp. And because there's two countries, there will be multiple guides. Yeah, I think that's it.
Well, and I think that actually brought up another question. I was looking at the flight schedule, and somebody gets in at like 5 a.m. So with them getting in at 5 a.m.,
Mhm.
will
Yeah,
They get
Jakira
to the
and
hotel, do they just kind of hang out in the lobby, or like how do you?
I'm gonna request early check-in
Okay.
for them. But that's, it's kind of like up to the discretion of the hotel.
Okay.
They're welcome to pay for another night. I can give them that option. It's not like ridiculously expensive. But actually I think so the with the room assignments. So in background about Jakira and Samantha and T. So T and Jakira are friends as far as I know. They signed up for the trip together as friends.
Okay.
They signed up for the trip. They were the first one. Like after you, they were the next people. Were they? I don't know. But I know T's been pretty on it, like, with the questions and the flights, and she booked her flight before Jakira. Jakira was kind of like waiting, and I think Jakira was waiting because Samantha, who Jakira is dating, talking to, getting to know, she signed up. She was the last person to sign up within the last month.
Okay.
So I think that's why Jakira might have waited to book her flight, or maybe for financial reasons. I don't know. But either way, because I saw that when Samantha registered, she put Jakira as her roommate, but Jakira was already T's roommate. I reached out to Jakira and I gave her the opportunity to have conversations with those two people who both thought that she was rooming with them. And she did. And so she said, and I offered like, hey, you can room with one of them for half of the trip and another one for the other half of the trip.
Right. And that's where I guess you guys landed, because that's what it's showing.
Yes.
Okay.
So T and Jakira are roommates for the first half of the trip. And so
Right.
if he wants to give Jakira access to her room early, she can, but she doesn't have to. And then Tish, who hasn't gotten back to me about the extra room, has she? Let me see. Or adding on another night.
Probably not.
I'll circle back to.
She texted me one day and was like, "We need to hire a hot air balloon ride or something." I was like, "Girl," I said, "I said you are a day late and a dollar short." I was like, "You are more than welcome to look for a hot air balloon ride. I am not looking for one." And I was like, "The itinerary is pretty full, but if you're not obligated to
That
show
would
up
be
to it."
right there, but she can do that somewhere else.
Yeah, I was like, "You are not obligated to show up to anything. You're more than welcome to, pick that up if you want to."
Yeah, she hasn't responded. I'll circle back. But because Tish will be coming a day early too and might have an extra night, maybe she'd be willing to give.
Well, I look, and I think it's Tisha and Samantha the first half of the trip,
Yeah.
but it's Shakira that's coming in early. So
No, they're both now they both are on the same
okay.
flight. Jakira and Samantha are on the same flight.
Okay.
So if they wanted to, they could. But if not, they could drop their luggage and explore.
Good deal.
People are adults, and they planned. I because I can't guarantee early check-in. I always tell people. I also don't know that I'll be having. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go to this flight. Yeah, and Kalia gets in at 8:35. She's gonna miss everything the first day, or K.
Yeah, she doesn't get into that 19th.
Oh, my friggin' face. But no, thanks for paying that. I'll make sure I communicate all of the sorry, pickup times. I mean, you guys know you're gonna be picked up when you arrive. But like I'll be putting all that in an email along with the departure pickup times for the departure flights before the trip. Probably like a few days before the trip.
Okay.
With any last details. Because people aren't gonna retain all this information. Yeah. So I'll have to get back to you with guide information, contact information. I'll start a WhatsApp group chat to help make communication easier with guides and or drivers.
And you
Um,
said you won't get that finalized information until toward the end.
I mean, I'm hoping I get it this week.
Okay.
But at the latest, it will be like 3 days before the trip. I don't want it to be when you're traveling, but yeah.
Okay.
Um, how are you feeling? Are you gonna pack in advance or are you gonna pack the day of?
Girl, please. I haven't even thought about it. I read your email and I started laughing. I was like, you know me so well. I haven't even thought about packing. This weekend I did home improvements. I took a door off the hinges and changed the hardware on it and put it back up. I put some frost on some windows. I scrubbed the wall and I had like some um, nail holes and puttied over those and sanded those and painted the. No, packing is not even at the top of the list. Girl, it is the ninth. I have like a week or so before I start packing.
Okay.
I hadn't even thought about it. I don't know why I'm like that. Why am I like that? Hadn't even thought about it.
Okay. I wonder. Sorry, I'm drafting this email to Tish. I wonder if she's waiting to the last minute or so she can try to stay with you in your room.
I don't know what her side note, this is on a whole different level. I don't know what her issue is because here lately she's been very much trying to insinuate that we would be good together. And
Are
I'm
you
like,
attracted to her?
not even in the little. I mean, she's attractive. I am not attracted to her. And I used to date her friend. I dated her friend when we were in college. That's how I know her. I was dating her friend. Well, me and her girlfriend were like really good friends. And so when we all hung out together, I met her friend and I started dating her friend, but no. So
Okay.
even if I was attracted to her, which I'm not, there's that history. And I'm like, you're Jamisa's ex-girlfriend. Like, and I used to date Mo. No, like absolutely not. I'm good.
All of that.
All of that.
Understood.
No.
Everybody has all of these very different departure times. This is going to be interesting. Sorry.
Depart. Well, I was looking at that. Um,
Which
because
is
you got 4 a.m. and then you have
I'm
noon.
not going to make anybody stay at the airport. I'll just pay extra for extra shuttles.
So you're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shuttles?
Yeah.
That seems like a lot.
Or I might be having people call Ubers and reimburse them.
Yeah, I was like, because it seems like the. Uh,
I'll see. I'll see. It shouldn't be a
yeah,
big
because I
deal.
was like the 4 and I was going to say the 4 and 10, but if I was 10 o'clock, I would not be trying to get to the airport at 2:30.
I mean, the 4 a.m. They're leaving at like midnight.
Midnight, yeah. I intentionally kind of picked something late in the afternoon so that you didn't have to get up. And then I'm going to Istanbul anyway, so
yeah.
I wanted to make sure that. So I'll land in Istanbul at 7. It's only a 3-hour flight.
Love that.
So then I can go from there to the hotel and crash for the night, and then get up the next morning and frolic.
Okay.
Frolic. So
I like you frolicking.
and I have fun.
um, okay, well, I don't have anything else to update you. Do you have any questions for me or concerns,
No,
comments?
I mean, I'm sure I may have more like once the vendor list kind of comes, but otherwise, no.
Okay, I know you're gonna do great, as you are already doing great. It should be, hopefully it'll be seamless. You'll you're just gonna be
I'm trying to
an
tell
adult
myself
babysitter.
that, yeah, yes, it is definitely an adult babysitter, but I'm just thinking, I'm trying to think of it from the mindset of if this was your own individual trip, you would still have to navigate these items by yourself. So how would you handle that? And so I'm
Yeah,
just thinking at it from that standpoint. Because again, I have to link up with the vendors in Turkey, so no big deal.
yeah, and don't like baby or coddle people. They're adults. They could read.
Trust me.
Don't wipe their asses for them. I don't know why Jakira is having all this trouble.
You said don't wipe their asses for them. Do you know? Baby, for Jakira, I had to write her a step-by-step diagram, a step-by-step document with screenshots and everything. So, yes.
You can charge. Like, people charge. It's not that. I just don't understand.
I didn't understand. I didn't. And she sent me the email at like 8 o'clock Saturday, maybe it was Saturday morning. And like I said, I was doing housework or doing things around the house. So I just happened to be looking at my phone. So I saw it and I responded back like immediately. And I was like, normally I wouldn't give out my number, but the music's blaring and I'm, doing X, Y, and Z around the house. So if you have a question, like call me so it can cut the music out. And she didn't, which was fine. But then like 5 o'clock, she's like, can somebody please respond to me ASAP? And I'm like, girl, I responded to you 30 seconds before then. Why are you stressing?
Right.
She's like, I've been on this for 3 hours. And the first time she said she was like, it's not working for me. And I was like, well, what do you mean it's not working? Like, are you like, give me a little more detail. Are you getting stuck on the screen? Is it not changing to English? Like, is it not accepting your payment? It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Okay.
I figured when she sent the list of questions and all of the questions, she asked ChatGPT to give her the questions, but then she didn't ask ChatGPT for the answer.
Oh, no, that was T.
That was T?
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
I know.
Okay. Oh, that's why they're friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're friends.
I mean, we know you don't need any help going on a trip, but this is why some people.
I'm not judging. I'm just.
Oh, I'm judging.
I'm not judging. I thought it was the same person.
Judge away. It's okay.
And in all fairness, the Egypt visa was interesting because you had to go through, no, maybe it was the Jordan, because you had to go through the I don't know what is it, their MOI. And even though I was pulling it up online, it would not, like, I had the hardest time to try to get it to flip to English. Like, it did not want to flip to English. But so I thought that's where she was getting hung up. No, it's no big deal.
Okay.
I actually enjoy helping people.
You're very good at it.
Well, I mean, that's what I get paid to do. That is my whole job. So. And they pay me pretty well. I yelled at somebody today, so there's that.
Good job.
Yeah, I yelled really loud, and everybody was like, April, I was kind of scared there. And I was like, well, dude, don't make me yell.
That part, don't make me.
You don't have to be scared if you don't make me yell. But all right, you take something, take you some Tylenol or something, and
I know, it doesn't hurt.
Do you need to ice it so that it doesn't swell?
No, I just need it the numbness to stop going.
Oh, is that's the irritating part,
Mm-hmm.
is where it's like coming back.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Chica, I will see you Sunday.
All right, I'll see you Sunday. Sorry, Steph is messaging me. All right, let me go get back to her. Love you. Later.
Bye.
Bye.